Digital citizenship, rules and copyrights. Let's talk about copyrights. This is unfortunately one of the most important things to remember about creating online training programs and digital badges because no one wants to get sued. Before you create a digital badge of any kind, you will want to ask yourself the following questions. Do you have permission to use the images, media, and other content in your online training? Are you allowed to represent a certain company, school, or individual with your digital badge? Have you cited any and all sources that you have referenced in your online training? It is generally a good rule of thumb to avoid using Google Images to obtain pictures for any training materials you post online, since these may not be free to use. Instead, check out this list of alternative websites where you may maintain graphics for free. Note that the same copyright rules apply to any type of media that you use in your training, including videos, presentations, and written documents. You always want to make sure that the content you upload to your online training is your own, or that you have permission to use the content. When creating a digital badge, you also want to be considerate about the extent to which you are allowed to represent a company, school, or person. For example, Google is particularly guarded about their copyrights. This means you can get into trouble for creating a digital badge called Google Drive Guru with a picture of one of Google's logos. This is because it might give other people the impression that you are an authorized representative of the company and what they offer. But not to worry, in most cases you can offer a badge as part of a training that covers a specific company's products, like Google Drive. Just be sure that the title and image you use for the badge is less specific to a single product or company. For example, I could alternatively call my badge Cloud Storage Guru with a picture of a cloud icon from one of the image resource websites previously shared. If you are not sure whether or not you are allowed to use certain materials as part of your online training, you can always reach out to the content creator to ask them. Similarly, many companies may be happy to give you permission to create a digital badge that represents their product or company if you just inquire with them first. If you do receive permission, it is a good idea to keep records of these communications in a written format, like email. It is always best practice in academia to cite any and all the sources you use. These sources can include anything from texts and studies you reference to any media or materials you use. The format you use to cite your sources, like MLA or APA, is less significant than just making sure you are giving credit where credit is due. Great news! If you are selling a product, book, curriculum, training program, or any other material, you are permitted to freely promote these on Miss.mo as part of your online training. However, please keep in mind that the online trainings and digital badges hosted on the Miss.mo platform are intended to be free for everyone. Therefore, you may not make the purchase of any product conditional to successfully completing a training or earning a badge. Additionally, while promotions are freely permitted, please understand that Miss.mo does not serve as a marketplace for actual sales. Any purchases of any materials will need to take place off-site and are the sole responsibility of the respective vendor. Miss.mo does not own any content hosted on its platform. When you upload your online training to the website, you retain all ownership and existing copyrights. Uploaders only agree to provide Miss.mo with a shared license for the purpose of hosting their content on the website. This means if you already offer a digital badge from your own website, you can also offer the same badge on Miss.mo to increase the size of your audience without having to worry about losing any ownership over your content. Finally, keep in mind that by being part of Miss.mo, you are also part of a global online community of teachers and others who work in the field of education. Hence, we ask all those involved in the community to treat one another with respect, patience, and consideration. If you believe someone on our platform is violating any of the community rules or has infringed upon another's copyrights, you can report the instance to us using the Contact Us form on the website. Please understand that any copyright infringement issues have to be taken seriously, and online courses or digital badges may be removed without warning if such a report is received and validated. For this reason, we ask all those on the site to be considerate of copyright and representation issues when uploading content to the platform. Thank you for your understanding. Thanks for watching. For more information about digital badges, please visit www.mis.mo.